Well, now we're into the meat of solving cases, and this is where we really got into two methodologies that I explained to you. Now, again, keep in mind they're guidelines. A lot of you have memorized some different frameworks and ways to solve problems, and I'm not completely against them if they work for you, but just remember the risks that I mentioned. If you don't have an integrated way of thinking through your problems, you will face the challenge of potentially getting confused or picking a framework that's a little too short and leaves you lacking basically in the middle of the case. That interviewer can make up anything he wants. So if he sees something that's kind of standard or stock, and keep in mind a lot of the firms are talking about this, we're going to find out that he might make up something and you need to be ready. So we started going back to our case flow, and we talked about where the frame method interacts with that. We also looked at each piece of the frame method. Now we spent a lot of time on F, forming your plan. And as you recall, I talked about an integrated way of thinking through these zones. As you look at what you've done to develop frameworks for different kinds of cases, as you think about how would you do a market sizing case for a certain topic, or an expansion case, a new product, thinking about pricing or an acquisition, how will you approach each of these? I would like to find out that you're using something that keeps it all together, that's more integrated, that covers everything like the organization and the finance and some outside forces, so that you're keeping track of where you're going with all of those. So as you practice, really spend a lot of time forming a plan. That's where you need to put the majority of your time. If I meet you and I think you have good communication skills, and then you come in and start talking about your background and I like that, I'm just waiting for a really good 7 minutes to find out that you're a solid performer. If you don't do well in the first 7 minutes of the case, I'm starting to wonder if you're not going to work out for us. So keep in mind that you really want to practice forming that plan, and when you do a case, don't be afraid to go back and do it again. In fact, one of the drills that I think is really important is look for shorter case situations and practice your starts. This is what I tell all of my private clients to do. Basically, get a stack of cases that are shorter. If it's a really good case, a longer case with good answers, don't waste it on this exercise. But find those cases that present a topic to you but maybe don't have a good answer. Read the case question out loud, just like you would as an interviewer. Then be yourself and clarify if you need to. Ask for a minute. Put your plan together and then present it to the mirror or a webcam. With so much technology around us now, there's no reason for you not to be recording yourself and see what you look like and sound like. When you're done with that, stop. Read the answer if there is one, or think it through, maybe adjust your plan, and then do that case again. In fact, you could do that case start, as I call it, maybe up to 3 times. And at that point, you've really mastered how to start that case, and then move on to another one. If you do about 10 or 15 case starts on your own and really practice carefully, you're going to meet with your friends or interviewers and be really ready to go deeper and won't be wasting their time. It's a very efficient way to get good fast, and also you'll find that you can feel a lot more comfortable with your cases when you're with other people.